They say a man once disappeared into the Mississippi night, came back with fingers that were like lightning and a voice that could crack a soul wide open. And his name is Robert Johnson. His secret is that he had struck a deal at the Crossroads with the devil himself, is what the myth tells us. Now, this is an interesting character because this goes right to the heart of some very southern myth and folklore with like strong influence, obviously, I believe, from a lot of Yoruba, a lot of, West African belief system melded in this in a very unique way. And this is what comes out. So this story of this bluesman who sells his soul, this story would be mimicked in movies, other stories. The reason I'm back on this right now is the recent film Sinners, in which we see that type of scenario with this trade-off with the devil representing this vampire, and basically they're living off of this essence. But Robert Johnson's story is a lot deeper than this because there's a lot of reality to Robert Johnson's story. This was a real bluesman who had a very tragic ending. Now, this character was born in 1911 in Hazelhurst, Mississippi. Poor. This is Jim Crow South. Life is hard, right? Death is always close at hand. They had violence all around them. And all this grew into this rich tapestry of mythologies. Now, he expressed himself through music. He was obsessed with music. Not very good at this point, what people say about him. Now, the story goes that he had an obsession with music. He would play anywhere. He liked playing behind juke joints, in cemeteries, wherever he could practice and get good. This was his dream. Now, he disappears for a year and he comes back. His skills had transformed. This guy could now play anything. His fingers were said to be a blur. As he strummed, his lyrics were dark, they were cryptic, they were poetic. It was unnatural how he would sway an audience, at least in terms of, how we understand music. Now, the impetus behind this is that people said he learned to play guitar almost faster than anyone else. And this is where the legend comes into it, is that he walked down to the Crossroads at midnight, and there he meets a large black man who may be the devil, maybe Papa Legba, we're not sure, but he takes his guitar, he retunes his guitar, he retunes him, his voice, and everything. Now, why this myth is so powerful is because in Hoodoo beliefs, Crossroads is literally a sacred place. It is a place where spirits meet, where fate is ultimately negotiated. Now, while we here in the Americas may use the term devil, there is a much deeper African diaspora traditions that are linked in this. Whether this is Ishu, we have the stories in mythology about the tricksters, the gatekeepers. These were the gods, quote unquote, of fate and of choice. And his music then reflect these ideas, and we're going to talk about it. Now, this devil that we see in this book, this is quite different than like a pure interpretation of the Abrahamic belief system. This is kind of blended. They take bits of Christianity, it's blended with West African cosmology. So, these beliefs are extremely unique. The Crossroads is this liminal space. It is an ancestral access point. And the devil in black southern folklore isn't always evil if we actually look at the stories. It's a power, it's a mystery, it's danger. Ishu is an opener of the way. He's not the corrupter himself. So this digs into deep, deep myths about spiritual lineage, about what he became. He became a vessel. Now, what we do know about Robert Johnson is that he dies very tragically at the age of 27. So let's think about this. We're still talking about this blues singer who was born in 1911 and only lived for 27 years. And most of the time he wasn't doing music, but he is immortalized as a legendary bluesman. I remember a friend of mine buying this album when we were in high school. That's how much his power was. Now, there's some mysteries behind how he died. There was never an autopsy done, so there's a bunch of rumors just like his life. Some say that he was poisoned by a jealous husband of a woman he was intimate with. He only recorded 29 songs, yet his legacy is rock solid, and he is said to become the first member of Club 27 before Hendrix or Kurt Cobain got there. And we're going to talk about all this stuff. Like, what does all this stuff mean? Because he had massive impact. Now, this is a guy, his story resonates because these are ideas that kind of go in almost every artistry. The idea or the goal of being that pure genius, like the price of it, what they sacrifice, the fear of being too good, like this black excellence being driven to these unnatural levels. This idea of selling out, right, is crucial part of this entire mythos, or tapping into something forbidden to escape this oppression. So he became both a scapegoat and really a symbol. His mythology tells us you can rise, but there is a cost for that, and he pays his cost. Now he goes on and he impacted everything from, Delta blues to what we define as our rock gods. Robert Johnson inspired Muddy Waters, Eric Clapton, the Rolling Stones, the Led Zeppelin. All these guys credit listening to his music as being foundational for them. He is a part of Americans' core folklore. This is true American folklore, black American, African folklore, all blended together. He is the prime example. Okay. And his story is massively deep because we know this rumor. Let's take a look at his lyrics, what he was actually saying. Now, this is his song. It is Me and the Devil Blues. That kind of gives away a lot of stuff. This is recorded in 1937. Now, his lyrics start. This is just a passage from it. Me and the devil was walking side by side, and I'm going to beat my woman until I get satisfied. This is absolutely chilling lyric, not just because of the very casual way that he spit out its violence, but also the way in which he is walking with the devil. He's not surprised. He's walking with the devil as if they're friends, like he's already made this deal. The devil isn't influencing him. They're in this together. They're partners. In most blues stories, they're not talking about the devil that way. Most people don't talk about the devil in that particular, intimate situations, a friendly situation. Okay, his other song. Now this is right to the heart of it as well. Crossroad Blues. I went down to the crossroads, fell on my knees, asked the Lord above, have mercy, now save poor Bob if you please. Now this line launched 1,000 mythologies. The crossroads plea is symbolic, it's spiritual, it's very unsettling. He isn't confidently meeting the devil. He falls, he's in despair, he begs. This is desperation. This is him showing vulnerability that is transformative, and it can be read in a couple of ways: a literal cry for salvation, or a last moment, a hesitation before he seals his deal. What is he saying? But for him to have this mythos and to talk directly like this, we can see why. Another interesting, if not very telling song, Hellhound on my trail. I got to keep moving. I got to keep moving. Blues falling down like hail. All the days keep worrying me. There's a hellhound on my trail. This is pure blues horror all wrapped in one. This is repetition. This is the imagery. He is haunted. The hellhound in folklore is the supernatural beast hunting for sinners. This is as pure to the mythos as it gets. This is urgency. This is paranoia. This isn't just about running from the cops or a jealous husband. This is existential. This is the supernatural that it will collect you. Like it's going to go down no matter what you do. Another one, come into my kitchen. You better come in my kitchen. It's going to be raining outdoors. Now this one is very subtle. It's like bluesy lament. There's something apocalyptic. It's going to be raining outside. And it's more like a metaphor or euphemism for judgment, hard times, or even on a larger scale, a spiritual war. It's coming, someone from the chaos and the darkness that Johnson himself has helped conjure. So we see this theme repetitively in his lyrics that give lots of credence to the mythology of his story. This is one of the greatest purely American mythos. This develops within the confines of this particular culture. It's a great testament of their creativity, their expressiveness, but also their connection to their ancestral home, told through this myth. They brought their gods over with them. And in this case, we don't know what this represents, but he makes a deal with something that's very symbolic, probably tied to their greater African roots. If you have anything you want to add to this, please do so in the comment section. But as always, I ask that you hit that like and subscribe.